Hello my friends, and welcome back to our continued blind let's play of Ace Attorney Spirit of Justice. My name is the Flightless Bird. This is your story-based gaming channel. And today, we are unfortunately entering into a sad situation. But we'll be fine. Yeah, it's not the first time one of our loved ones has been hung up on the I may have killed someone storyline. And it's probably not gonna be the last, but today we go and try to fight for our innocence. I hope you're all having a wonderful, fantastic, amazing, awesome day today. April 27th, Penrose Theater, dressing room. The dressing room looks just like the way it did before the incident. All these items look very kind of lonely without their owners. We had to find Trici's notebook for her. Let's see. She said it would be in a blue handbag on the table, right? We should see what else we could check out while we're here. And thank you, Entra, by the way, for figuring out Mr. Reyes's pun. I was not considering the Mr. and the Mr. Reyes. So if you say it quickly, Mr. Reyes. Mr. Reyes. Mysterious. Yes, it is mysterious. So thank you for that, my friend. Let's go ahead and look around the room. Look at all this stuff. They must belong to Mr. Reyes. Wow, look at the colors on that briefcase. Do you think he carries that around with him on his time off? Well, during his shows, he wears a mask to hide his identity. Besides, I think the green and purple is sort of his motif. If he carried that briefcase around when he wasn't working, wouldn't he give him away? Ah, good point. Ah, but you gotta change gears and look at things in a different way at a time like this. Oh yeah? Meaning? Well, what if Mr. Reyes wears full costume all the time, even when he wasn't working? Then that briefcase wouldn't have given him away one bit. Okay, I mean, that is true. I mean, a magician playing the part all the time, 100% of the time. It's like that, the movie, was it The Prestige? Where the Chinese guy pretended he was handicapped. So that way no one would know his secret, that he can walk and he's actually really strong and he can hold the goldfish bowl between his legs. It's a great movie. If you like magic, go watch The Prestige if you haven't seen it. I'm getting pretty good at this turning thinking around stuff, huh? She's like a little kid who's learned a new trick and couldn't wait to try it out. Tracy put some posters up, I see. Oh, here's one of Troop Grimmery. Troop Grimmery, magical menagerie, huh? Looks like a bunch of folks dressed in outfits, a bit too gaudy for the age, if you ask me. But isn't that pretty much how all the best magicians dress? Was Troop Grimmery really such a big deal back in the day? I guess so. Everyone in the country knew them back then. They had great tricks. Like making a building disappear or escaping a safe dropped from a helicopter. Wow, I was in Europe at the time, so I had no idea. But even you know about them. Then that must have been really, really famous. I used to see them a lot on TV. I think it was back when I was just in junior high. The one in black was the original leader of Troop Grimmery, Trici's grandfather. His name was Magnify Grimmery. The one in pink with the mustache, that's Zach Grimmery. Trici's late biological father. Oh, and look, there's Mr. Reyes. So his poster's back from when he was a member of Troop Grimmery, huh? Trici said that he left the troop after he was injured during a show or something, right? 13-year-old poster added to the court record. It's a dove. Trici must use it in one of her tricks. Yeah, There's another birdcage next to it. I wonder what's in that one. Oh, cool! Kachoo! All the dots. What in the world was that? Oh, Look at the adorable little bunnies. Rabbits, huh? I used to have a pet rabbit. Really? You? Ha ha ha! You sure don't look the type. What do you mean? What's wrong with me having a pet rabbit? Aren't people who have rabbits as pets usually the quite sensitive type? Well, pardon me for being so loud and insensitive. Look at all this stuff. I bet it belongs to that bunny assistant we saw on the show. Wow, that is a lot of stuff. Does she really need all that? I mean, I don't think I've ever seen so much makeup. When it comes to the sheer number of items, your desk back at the office isn't any better. Those things are a natural accumulation of 2 years of work, and they're all necessary, I tell you. Really? Instant noodles and crackers? Of course! I need those for when I, had to stay all night, at the office, probably in a case. And the comic books, too. Oh, of course, I need those, too, for, research. Manga these days are super realistic and informative. I need them for research. I love it when the protagonist and I are on the same page. Uh-huh, I see. So you need to research street fighting and the funnies, do you? And also, yes, this is the Gavineers symbol. That's what I was trying to talk about the other day, and I missed it. I think I should notice that as well. Oh, these are from Prosecutor Gavin. Roses, huh? How like him. Pretentious. I wonder if he's going to be the lead prosecutor. They might be pretentious, but you know what? He makes it work. Huh. Apollo, I've noticed this for a while now, but you get awfully prickly when it comes to Prosecutor Gavin. You think so? I mean, don't hate him just because he's beautiful. But that's not at all! Hey, these flowers, they're from Lemuror. Aww. Lemuror? Where have I learned that name before? You know, she's that famous singer. She's also on the poster. They call her the Sign of the Ballad, and she's pretty popular. Why would a famous singer be sending Tussie flowers? Well, we met her through a case I headed up once. Wow, your circle of acquaintances is bigger than I thought. Lemuror. I don't know why, but her songs really touched me for some reason. I hope she's doing well. Hi, Mom. Look at all these costumes. I bet they're all Tussies. Oh, could you tell by the scent? Are you like some kind of bloodhound or something? I'm her assistant, not her pet. Has Bonnie on it. What's this, the script of the show? It says Bonnie, so it must belong to that bunny assistant we saw on the show. Mr. Reyes transforms into a dragon, Trucy's hat trick, Bonnie's teleportation trick, and Trucy's escape trick. Mr. Reyes' fire trick. This will be dangerous, make sure the fire bucket is ready to go. You and I gotta see the first two parts up to the end of the 10:20 a.m. segment. But this Mr. Reyes' fire trick, we didn't get to see that part. Yeah, because I catch the show after the accident. Hey, there's a note about the fire trick. This will be dangerous, make sure the fire bucket is ready. Come to think of it, when Mr. Reyes turned into a dragon, he'd be fired, didn't it? Coin tricks and fire tricks were Mr. Reyes' specialties. Maybe they had some big finale planned, where Mr. Reyes and Trucy would face off in a grand magical showdown after his revival. Show script added to the court record. Bonnie's script, the fire trick was cancelled due to the incident. Oh, here's that handbag Trucy was talking about. I feel a little funny about digging around in a girl's purse. Huh, I guess it's okay to open it. After all, she did ask us to. But not you, Apollo. Let me do it. Let's see. Huh? No, not this. What's this? Oh, wow, she has... Oh, Trucy, you are bad. What is it? I want to see it too. That's funny. She said it was a black notebook, right? But there's nothing like that in here. Maybe Trucy was wrong about where she kept it. Let's just keep looking around. Interesting. I'm pretty sure she kept it exactly where she kept it. So someone else took it? Huh? Aren't these Ninetales flowers? You know those flowers that only grow in Ninetales Vale? Oh my goodness, you're right. There's a card here and a letter to go with it. The card says, "Good luck, Tusi, from Damien and Jixie Tenma." Hey guys! Mayor Tenma and Jixie, huh? What does the letter say? Well, let's see. Oh, there's a message for you in here too. Please tell Mr. Demon Lawyer I said thank you for everything, Mr. Demon Lawyer. Thanks to him, I overcame my fears, and now I'm not afraid of the kind of yokai anymore. And guess what? I've even become friends with yokai, like Itamomen and Korneki Chichi. Haha, no matter what happens, I guess she'll never go out of her demon obsession. Is there anything else here? Thought I searched this. I say we take a look through Mr. Reyes' things too. Hey, is that a notebook sticking out from behind his briefcase? You're right, it's practically screaming. Over here, look at me. Do you think it could be? Oh wow, Athena, I just noticed a notebook. Our hunch was right, it's Truce's notebook. What's it doing mixed in with Mr. Reyes' stuff? Good question. Truce's notebook added to the court record. Truce's ultra important notebook was mixed in with Mr. Reyes' belongings. It's locked. I guess that means we can't read it. I wonder what kind of secrets are in here to make her want to lock it. A girl in age needs her privacy. Besides, everybody has a secret or two they don't want others to know about. If there's anything in here about kisses or crushes, I think Mr. Wright would cry. Well, we've examined just about everything, I think. Looking through other people's stuff was so thrilling, like I'm doing something naughty. I know what you mean. Just don't go poking around at things in my office. Why? What do you have to hide? I don't think I like how her eyes lit up all of a sudden. Anyway, we better get this notebook to Trucy. Yeah, I don't need to take a look around. I'm good. If you can let me... Oh, I was about to say, if you can let me know what the letter on this says, I would be grateful. But it's not a letter, it's a face. Yeah, it's a magician's face there. I think we've seen that before. Script. Poster. Stage diagram. April 27th, Penrose Theater. Stage. Okay, let's get down to business to defeat the Hans. Oh, right, to save Trucy. Hey, what do you think you're doing? Well, the attorneys for the defendant in this case. Is it alright if we examine the scene? Of course it's not alright. I don't care if you're with the defense or the president. No unauthorized investigations. Oh, come on, I want to kill you to let's take a look around. I said no! Now get out of here, scram! I guess we'll just have to try and get permission from the lead detective. Who is the lead detective? Check outside. April 27th, Penrose Theater. The person you are trying to call is not available. After the tone, please wake up. Beep! Arg, I tried calling Mr. Wright 100 times, but he never picks up. We've left him some voicemails, so he'll probably call once he gets them. He's gonna flip out when he hears what happened to Trucy. Hey, this is the place, the theater where that magical murder happened. Oh yeah? I wonder if they brought the dead body out yet. I hear they already arrested the murderer. Say it's a young girl. Yeah, a high school student. Can you believe it? Kids these days. What's with all the curious bystanders? They sure are picking up her fuss. How dare they call Trucy a murderer? They got some nerve. We can't let people think that about her. We have to defend her. Apollo, is that you? Is that Mr. Gavin? Oh, it's Emma! Hey! It's been a long time since we've seen Emma. Ima? It's just been a while. How have you been? Oh, I can't complain. I haven't seen you in ages. Ima is not usually in the best of moods. So I never quite know what to do or say around her. Well, we have some business to take care of, so I guess we better get going. Hey, wait a minute. What? Was it something I said? You're darn right, it's something you said. What's with you brushing me off like that? We got heaps to catch up on. After all we've been through, you're not still mad at me about something, are you? Sorry, I didn't mean to upset you. Who's this, Apollo? A distant cousin or something? No, Im is a detective I had the pleasure of working with before. Hello, I'm Ima Sky, forensic investigator. What? So you're finally a full-fledged forensic investigator? That's awesome! Yeah, I finally achieved my lifelong dream. Hey! Fantastic, and look, she's got the brightest smile on now. I was always saying in the last time we saw her, the fact that we threw through the entire game and we never had any movement with her in the plot direction was always a disappointment to me. But look, we finally have it. Look, I have an official forensic investigator armband and everything. That's great, Ima. I bet the exam was really hard, huh? Oh, it was a cinch. Really? Because I thought you said something about failing it over and over and over and over and over and over. Well, never mind that. The important thing is, I'm not a plain old detective anymore. So no more boring old investigations for me. I'm so happy I could help the world. Coming from you, that's really something. Criminals beware. Fingerprinting, liminal testing, DNA analysis. Ima Sky is ready to go, so bring it on. Wow, I guess it's goodbye Grumpy Clouds. Hello, Fanatical Sun. Hey, I am perfectly okay with that. Fanatical Sun. You know what? That may actually be the title of this episode. Fanatical Sun. Because that sounds like an amazing title. She's very cheerful, isn't she? Is it because of the weather or something? She sure wasn't like this before. She was pretty frustrated back when she was assigned to Criminal Affairs Department. And she was always munching on chocolate sakus to relieve her stress. Hey, the sakus! Sakus and stress are a thing of the past. I say goodbye to both of them. And may you never have to see either again. By the way, are you two here because of the murder? Murder? Did you mean the accident? Oh, then I guess you haven't heard. The case is being treated as a straight-up homicide now. What? Just so you know, I've heard the prosecution is going to argue tomorrow that Tuesday outright murdered Mr. Reyes. What? Are you kidding? They're treating it as a murder? Ima, please tell us everything that you know. Of course. Anything to help Tuesday. The incident. Why is the case being treated as a homicide now and not as involuntary manslaughter? Well, apparently, there's something that proves it was a straight up homicide. Well, that's vague. Do you know any of the details? No, I'm afraid that's all I was told. Really? How come? Well, because the lead prosecutor is kind of a hard guy to read. So maybe it's just a culture gap thing. Instantly Ace Attorney Investigations goes through my head. I hope not. But if he's here, that would be cool. Anyway, he's not one ready to share his thoughts. Wait, what do you mean by culture gap? I mean that he's a foreigner, so his way of going around things is different. So who exactly am I up against tomorrow? Ima. Congrats on finally becoming the forensic investigator you always wanted to be. Thanks. I failed the exam so many times, but I finally did it. I can finally use my forensic kit openly, whenever I want. Oh yeah, you said I had to stealth use a kit you sent away for. Oh, I still use that one too. But now, it's more of a hobby kit. It's important to have hobbies too, you know? So basically, nothing's changed. Are you kidding? I don't have to worry about getting in trouble for taking fingerprints for fun now. It's positively life-changing. I can take all the prints that I want. Are you sure you're allowed to do that? Sure, I'm sure. I've been collecting all the prints I've taken into a personal database. Now, hold out your hands. I need to get your prints too.
Just promise me you won't use them for evil and nefarious purposes.
I can't believe she took my prints too, Apollo.
Okay, I thought he was gonna be the prosecutor, and I was just sitting there thinking, he's not a foreigner. That can't be the prosecutor.
Chief Prosecutor Edward has been reorganizing the prosecutor's office lately. As a part of the effort, he's gotten rid of a lot of corrupt prosecutors. So the prosecutor's office is looking pretty empty these days.
And that's how a foreign prosecutor got assigned to this case?
That's part of it, yes. We were short on prosecutors, and this guy just happened to be visiting.
And what's the purpose of his visit?
Well, some insurgents of the kingdom of Khura'in are thought to be hiding out here.
Oh, really? Well, there's some connection.
As an international prosecutor, he apparently can investigate the matters personally.
I hope it's not, I hope it's not Gooseball Pain.
So he's from the kingdom of Khura'in? That's right. He's also a Khura'inese monk.
A monk?
So how did he get assigned to this particular case anyway? It seems he's very devoted to furthering his studies as a prosecutor. He wanted to learn how crime scenes are investigated here, so he just showed up.
So he's just curious, huh?
He looked the entire crime scene over here quite earnestly. And just as everyone else was ready to call in case of involuntary manslaughter, this is most certainly a murder. The cruel act of an impure soul. That's what he said. Just like that. Then he volunteered himself as a prosecutor for this case. With the shortage of prosecutors right now, the prosecutor's office was glad to have him. So, Tracy was arrested for murder? All because of this guy, huh? I had to say, he's definitely not your typical prosecutor.
Okay, so this isn't the guy from East Attorney Investigations. That's a shame.
He says court is where a victim receives the last rites. Where the truth is revealed, the criminal is judged, and the victim's soul sees salvation. Receiving last rites in court allows the victim to finally rest in peace, or so he claims. So, to him, a trial is like performing funeral rites for the victim, huh?
Well, that's certainly a unique way of looking at it.
His name is Dhurke Sahdmadhi.
Dhurke Sahdmadhi. Now, Nayuta. Now you talk, said Ma-D. Now you talk, said Ma-D? I mean, I'm thinking of Ma-D from, Dune. You know, Ma-D. I'm not sure of that one.
What? Dhurke Sahdmadhi? That's right. What, do you know him or something?
Oh, I guess you could say I've heard of him. Really?
Yeah, well, he is pretty famous. Really? Yes, they say he travels the world, solving difficult case after difficult case. Where there's a hard case to crack, he's called in to prosecute it. Wow, sounds like it's going to be tough to beat.
I can't believe this. I had to stand in court against him?
How do you know him? It seems like a very nice, gentle person, though. He's very polite and understanding to everyone he talks to. Huh, so he's a pretty agreeable guy then. Yeah, he's about to see what kind of person Tusi really is. But don't they like hate defense attorneys in Khura'in? Would he even listen to what we had to say? I don't see why not. He certainly seems like the type of person who would. Even so, do you think you would do us a favor, Ima? Could you tell Prosecutor Sahdmadhi about Tusi about what a good person she is? Of course. Leave it to me. I'll make him understand there's no way Tusi could have committed the murder. I hope he listens to reason. Me too. This is looking pretty bad, Apollo. They're calling it a murder, and they've even got proof. What do we gotta do?
Look on the bright side. That's what.
The bright side? What bright side?
Well, the good thing about there being proof of that is that to point to the real killer. We can find out who that is. We can prove Tusi's innocence.
Oh, hey, you're right.
Which means our objectives are clear. We have to find two things. Proof of Tusi's innocence, which is all we really need in a real world society. I've been talking about that for Ace Attorney games for a while. It's like Ace Attorney games. You don't just have to prove the defendant is innocent. You have to prove someone else is guilty. And evidence of the true culprit's identity. At least the game is upfront about it this time, though. It's not enough to find the innocent party. We're just going all out and saying, yeah, you also have to find the guilty party, too.
You know what, Apollo? You're starting to give me a glimmer of hope.
And that means there's only one thing to do. Ima, would it be alright if we investigate the scene?
If I said no, you just stood behind my back anyway, right?
Haha. Would I do something like that? Guess the jig is up.
Oh, alright, but I better come along. Who knows what sorts of mischief you get up to if I'm not there to keep an eye on you. Mischief? Sounds like Emma trusts you about as far as she can throw you, Apollo. He has been known to move things around at the scene of a crime, you know.
And what about you? You used to do all kinds of forensic tests on things without permission.
There's nothing wrong with that. After all, forensics is always on the side of justice.
How's that even remotely fair? Scene of the crime. April 27th, Penrose Theater, stage. Alright, let's get down to investigating, shall we? Oh, I did say business.
Just make sure you don't move with anything, or I'll get in big trouble.
Fine, I promise. To only move the things I have to, at least.
Well, I have my own investigation to conduct, but let me know if you need anything.
It's been a while since we've done any investigating.
Well, what are we waiting for? Let's dive right in. You do remember how to do this, right? If you don't, I can give a quick rundown.
Should I have Athena give me a rundown? Fine.
Yeah, I guess I could use a refresher course. Then take a seat, Mr. Justice. Professor Sykes here's gonna lend you a thing or two.
Oh, brother. What did I get myself into?
Do you remember how to go about examining a crime scene?
Let's see, I just place the cursor over what I want to examine and press X, right? How'd I do?
I suppose that's acceptable. What else do you know about examining?
If I recall correctly, we can also take a close look at certain notable areas or objects.
Very good. Now I do know how to change perspectives.
With the right things, I think. I always forget to do that. By changing our perspective, we might even find some new evidence.
Marvelous, Apollo. Top of the class. I'm proud to have such a model student. And thanks to you, Professor Sykes here. Just remember how to investigate too.
Oh, you could've just asked. Let's investigate the scene. Really cool picture there. I'll write that down. Maybe a better thumbnail because it's zoomed out a little so I can get more of the scene. And it also doesn't fully spoil that Ima's on the case. Oh hey, this is the curtain. I wonder what's behind it.
The backstage area. There's magical equipment and stuff like that back there.
Huh. I'll open it a crack and check it out later.
You weren't thinking of opening that curtain, were you?
Oh, me? Ah, would I ever do a thing like that?
Rats, guess I'll have to ask her to open it for me later. We have one of those in the office too, don't we? Yeah, poor magic prop we use as a shelving unit. I kinda like to see Trucy perform this trick sometime. Well, we both know that she'd be the one in the box if she ever did. I feel bad for the prop, but I can say a shelving unit in that case. This is what they call a set piece. It's a piece of on-stage scenery. That thing looks amazingly cool. It really does. I like the green and the purple color aesthetic as well. It suddenly fell down after the body was revealed, if I remember correctly. Just as the brave heroine screams, the spell of the dragon breaks. Losing its wings, the dragon falls to the ground. That moment marked the collapse of Twisty's magical kingdom. Magic, huh? Yeah, sure. The timing was so perfect, I'd be genuinely surprised if it was magic. Oh, I've seen something like this before. It's like that game where you stick swords into a barrel until a little man pops up. Huh? That doesn't sound like any game I've ever heard of. Really? It's pretty famous in Europe. Did you have anything to play with as a kid? Ah, you know, as simple Americans, we're happy with just a hoop and a stick. That video camera is pointing right at the stage. I wonder what it recorded. I want to take a peek, but Ema would. That's a great picture of her. I really like that picture. She looks amazing. Wow, this residue data is so fascinating. She's so fixated on that bloodstain data. Her eyes are getting bloodshot. Quick, Apollo, while Ema's off in forensics Fantasyland. Let's see what was recorded on that camera. Love all the hearts. See the shadow in the background? That's Mr. Hat going to the ceiling. So the question is, besides that shadow... Oh, I just saw something again. Did you see that? There was a second shadow that went up in the background when the dragon fell. It's the same video we saw on TV where we can't see the body at all. Apollo, did you notice the strange shadow in the footage? No, why? Yeah, I did. I don't think it was my imagination, but I'm pretty sure I saw something. A strange shadow, huh? I wonder what it was. So Mr. Hat, we already know that. Yeah, right. Ema, can I ask you a question? Shh, this is the best part. She won't even look this way. Oh, what great prints. Another set for my collection. She, suddenly seems to enjoy her work, doesn't she? Wow, this dragon is a lot more handmade than I expected. Yeah, well, I can't tell you how many hours I put into that freaking thing. What? You made it? Trucy had me help put it together. You know, as an assistant. Oh, that was really nice of you. She has you wrapped around her little finger, doesn't she? Trucy's smile has some kind of magical power that makes it impossible to say no. So this is the coffin the dead body appeared from. I actually haven't examined that yet. Would you two mind giving me a hand? No sweat. Trucy said the coffin was supposed to be empty when she stopped it. So how did the victim even get in there? Yeah. I bet there's a secret door or something. But if the body was dead, how did you climb up there? It sure is an oddly shaped thing, isn't it? Who knew it could unfold into something like this? Well, I heard that since it's used for magic tricks, the left and right panels are made to be interchangeable. How that helps with magic tricks, though, I have no idea. I'm sure they make use of it in some way we can't even imagine. A white outline, huh? So this is where the body was. What exactly did it look like just after the incident occurred, I wonder? Oh, I have a photo of the crime scene. Here you go. Okay, so... Oh wow, it looks like it was stabbed in the back. Okay, so there's a stab wound that I was talking about. And... could she have stabbed him in the back with this sword if he was in the box? Maybe? Although I would think that it would be more likely she would stab him in the side because it would be facing forward. I mean, it looks like he was facing forward. So the stab in the back is less likely than if he was stabbed in the side. But that would be tough to argue because he was sitting behind a box. So her stabbing into the box could have very easily been his back. I'm just trying to see if there's a logical way to explain that because of the wound in his back, there's no way she could have stabbed him because she would have stabbed him in the side, but no way to prove it. Yes, that's definitely what killed him. What's this around his waist? It's a stunt harness. A stunt wire can be attached to the person that can float and fly through the air. Come to think of it, he did fly in Act 1, didn't he? Crime photo added to the court record. The body that appeared in the coffin, there's a harness around his waist for a stunt wire. Could that also be how he got dropped into this? We do see a second shadow. But that second shadow was after the box collapsed. Wait a minute. It looks like the bottom of the coffin opens too. Oh, a secret door. Let's try opening it. Well, look at that. It seems to lead us someplace under the stage. That's right. It goes to the understage passage. It's pitch black down there. Hold on. I think I see something glowing faintly. It's hard to make anything out from up here. If you try to go down there, the magicians will get mad at you. Apparently there are things down there that will give away the secrets behind the tricks. Yeah, like the secret behind the murderous tricks. Well, that sucks. It's all right there, and we can't even check it out. We're definitely gonna have to examine that understage passage at some point, though. Apollo, look, there's a secret door in the back panel of the coffin. Do you think Mr. Reyes could have entered the coffin through here? If he could have done it without truly noticing, then maybe. It's like two magicians trying to out-magic one another right under each other's noses. I don't see anything else here. Gotta check out the sword. There's a sword here. It's covered in blood. Must be the murder weapon. Tracy said she was sure she switched out with the rubber sword. Unfortunately, this one certainly doesn't look like it's made of rubber. Hey, Ima? Were there any fingerprints on the sword? Let's see. According to my data, no prints were found. But that could be because the culprit wiped them off. Or they were wearing gloves? Come to think of it, Tracy was wearing gloves during the show. Yeah, exactly what I just said. So she certainly couldn't have left any prints either. Something isn't right. It just doesn't make any sense. What's the matter, Apollo? You're making that weird thicky face again. How did what should have been a rubber sword get switched with a metal one? Plus, the timing of that dragon set piece falling down. Wasn't that just a little too convenient? Something just isn't sitting right. Ground control to Major Apollo. Can you hear me, Major Apollo? Athena, I think I've got it. I think somebody switched Trucy's rubber sword for the metal one. Huh? Depend the murder on her. Someone switched the swords, but when could they have done that? When everyone was too busy to notice. Somebody could have switched Trucy's rubber sword with the metal one. Right before the check fall, after the set piece fell, during Trucy's trick. So it's probably one of these two things. It's definitely not this one, so let's choose this one just for the fun. After the set piece fell, everyone in the audience was kicked out of the theater. In the ensuing chaos, somebody could have carried out a cover-up operation. Any one of the stagehands or show personnel could have done before the police arrived. Okay, maybe this is the right answer. Whoops. So what you're saying is, somebody's actively trying to frame Tootsie for the crime. Yes, some disgusting individual is trying to get away with murder. Oh man, I didn't mean to do that! I wanted to pick the other options first! Oh, darn it. I didn't save either. So it's someone related to the show. There's definitely a high chance of that. Now, if we could just figure out who it is. Let's see, what else do we need to do on the stage? Emma, did you find any fingerprints on the coffin? Actually, I haven't checked it out yet. I was going to do that at the end. I'd like to save the best for last. We aren't exactly talking about dessert here. Oh, but we are. Would you like to partake in my delicious dessert? I don't mind sharing. Oh, yes, please. There's always room for dessert, right? Alright, I guess I'll join you too. So, could you show us how you check for prints, Emma? Can we do the liminal game? I always like it. It's just satisfying. Sure, let's start with the basics. As you know, fingerprints are an excellent way of identifying someone. That's because no two people have the same set of fingerprints, not even twins. So if we find any prints on the coffin, they might lead us to the killer. If the culprit was dumb enough to leave prints behind, sure. Let's go ahead and dust fingerprints now. Don't you think that's kind of amazing, though? That every single person's fingerprints are different? I mean, why is that a thing? As a human race, how is it that our fingerprints are unique to every single person on the planet? That just... it kind of blows my mind to think about that. You know? 6 billion people, and yet everyone's unique in that way? You know, when I say at the end of my videos that you matter, that's kind of what I mean. That you are a uniquely placed individual on this planet to do something amazing. And our fingerprints are just proof that we are all unique and special in the way that we were made. Very cool stuff. Let's see. This looks like a promising spot. Try dusting this here with the fingerprint powder. Move the cursor around and keep pressing X until it's thoroughly covered in powder. When you're done, blow a triangle to get rid of the excess powder. Yes, we can do this! I love this! The powder in this ball is all we have to work with. If you run out, try blowing on the area. Any excess powder will be returned to the ball. Oh, I can't fill the whole screen up? Alright, I think I'm ready to try. I love filling the whole screen up. It makes me happy. Aw, we can't fill the whole screen up this time. Shucks. Well, I still like this part. And you know what else you can do? If you like what we're doing, you can hit that thumbs up to like the video and subscribe. Yeah. Yeah. It's cool. I just love this so much. But I hate that there's a limit. Because I used to love filling up the whole screen and then just blowing. It's so much fun. Hey, we found it. We found some prints. Look like the fingerprints of someone's left hand. Now let's try comparing these with the ones that we have on file. First, switch to Analyze mode with L1 to select the print. Next, select the print you want to analyze and confirm it with the X. Oh. I got a pretty clear print here. I wonder whose it is. I have the prints of everyone involved in the case right here. Just choose the person's prints you'd like to compare the sample against. Well, the last person who was in the coffin was... Trucy. Oh no, and she wasn't the last one in the coffin. No, the last person in the coffin was, the Grammar guy. You seriously thought that was the last person in the coffin? I just want to see what happened if I picked the wrong person, that's all. Yeah, right, anyway. If you're done with your little experiments, would you care to try again? Yes, please, let's see. Yeah, the last person, yeah, okay. Great Mr. Reyes, and they look like an exact match. Match found. So how does that help us? Bingo. Looks like the prints belong to the deceased, Mr. Reyes. Well, if we found prints here, maybe we can find them elsewhere on the coffin too. Guess I'll try dusting for more prints. Yay, I got a dust for more prints. It's kind of a delay though. Like in previous games, I could just mash the button and it would fill up. Here, I press the button, you have to wait like a second for it to go. Oh, I'm out. So that was his right hand, almost like he was bracing himself in the coffin. There, I found some. These prints are apparently Mr. Reyes' too. Shall we try looking for prints on the outside of the coffin now? Yeah, let's. This time, you'll be able to rotate the coffin and look at it from different angles. That'll give you a chance to examine it thoroughly. You can use R's to turn the coffin any way you'd like. And holding R1 while using them will jump you right to where the action is. If you ever get stuck or confused, you can always reset things with R3. Okay, and if I find any prints, I'll choose one to run against your data. Just like before. I want to check the back. Because isn't there like a door on the back somewhere? Right here? Yeah, I hate the delay in this watching. I wish it was easier to do. Although I do like how on the left side it's like filling in. That's cool. So nothing there. Yeah, I hate the delay on this splotching. Makes it take like 10 times longer than it should. Try and check the door. Yeah, I don't see his prints anywhere. And when you have to like scan such a wide area, I love dusting for fingerprints in the first one because it was much more, I think it was much more easy to do. So like I said, splotching every spot. You can see how it'd be very easy to miss. Why don't you give me my stuff back? It's like something's stuck here. Is this a fingerprint? Yeah, that is a fingerprint. I find another print, judging from its position and location. It might have been made when someone put a lid on this coffin. I think now, there was one part during the show where someone put this lid on. After Tuesday had gotten into the coffin. There where this print should belong to? Sure, let me look. Mr. Reyes again? No, his is different. Bonnie. Match found. Looks like the pin plugged to that bunny girl. Come to think of it, she did put the lid on the coffin during the show? That's probably when she left her print on the lid. Now then, I wonder if I can find any more of the prints. Well, there's probably one going to be on over here, right? Okay, there is. Okay, nothing there. Man, the delay is really annoying. Can't. Oh, I'm already out? Okay. This also takes a very long time because there's so much you have to do printing for. Like, all the sides and whatnot. And if you miss something somewhere... to the side. What is this? It's a hand mark up here. Yeah. Where did this come from? This is the top. There, I got a print. Alright, I'll just check it against my data. Huh? That's funny. It doesn't match the prints of anyone involved in this case. Really? Huh. I would think that would belong to Mr. Reyes. Really? None of them? How could that be? It looks like that's about all the prints we're going to find. To sum everything up, the prints we found belong to the victim, Mr. Reyes, the bunny assistant Bonnie, and some third, unidentified yet person. But that's strange. We didn't see anybody else up there on that stage during the show. Does this mean some outsider was up there? Someone unrelated to the show? I guess we can't really say at this point. Well, thank goodness we didn't find any of Tuesday's fingerprints, right? But that's only because Tuesday was wearing gloves, yeah. Hey, Emma, there's something else that's been bothering me about the prints. Don't you think there's something odd about Mr. Reyes' prints? Odd? What's odd about them? It's almost like he was holding himself up. Well, if Mr. Reyes was standing in the coffin facing forward, he would have left prints like this, right? But when we look at the actual prints, they're facing backwards. It doesn't make a whole lot of sense. Hey, what do you know? You're right. But either way, he's not facing to this, to the side, which means there's no way she could have stabbed him in the back, right? I wonder how they wound up like that. Maybe it was accidentally facing the wrong way at first, but then somehow turned around later. No, the coffin is much too small for a guy's size to turn around in. About all he would have been able to manage is maybe a little bit of twisting. Then it really doesn't make any sense, does it? I think I'm gonna hit on something major here. Oh, I have just one more question, Emma. Oh, yeah? What is it? Mr. Reyes was stabbed in the back, right? But if he was standing in the coffin like this, how would that have worked? Oh, right, that. The lead prosecutor has an explanation, actually. He thought that the victim might have tried to dodge the sword as it came into the coffin. So maybe it twisted his body and the sword ended up stabbing him in the back. Are you kidding me? That sounds so dumb. That's his theory anyway. A game theory? I see. I guess that sounds plausible. Fingerprinting results added to the court record. In addition to prints from the victim and Bonnie, a set of unknown fingerprints were found on the top. Well, I guess that about wraps up our investigation of the stage. Actually, there's still the area behind that curtain. Don't you want to know what's back there? Sure do, but Ima told us not to move or touch anything, remember? Would you quit staring at me? Fine, I'll go open it for you. Thanks, Ima. Wow, look at you, flaunting your lady killer eyes. Haha, I have my ways. I'm only doing this so I won't get charged with animal abuse for not throwing you a bone. Aww. I guess puppy eyes can be just as effective. Alright, I'll be back. Funny, when we talk about the area behind the stage, I thought it was the area behind that green checkered area to the left. I didn't realize the entire stage. Yeah, I know. Kind of funny, isn't it? Well, go on and investigate your heart's content. But before you go move anything. I know. We'll be sure to ask first. Oh, by the way, just examine the backstage to move to the area beyond the curtain. Okay, time to get investigating. Seeing the stage this way kind of breaks the illusion, doesn't it? It just goes to show you that some things are better left unseen. Oh, listen to you, sounding all grown up and stuff. Don't worry, I'm sure you'll have some cynical one-liners we own someday too. Oh boy, I can't wait. Anyway, on to more pressing matters. Let's go examine the backstage area. An understage. There's a sign here that says understage. I bet these stairs go down the understage area. I mean, of course there's an understage. We know she popped up from down there. Trissy told me that she ended up for the magicians called the Abyss. I wonder why. Who knows? Maybe because it's really dark down there or something. Oh, I bet they got all kinds of magical goodies stashed away down there. Come on, let's go check it out. Huh? The door's locked. The entrance to the Abyss is barred to mere mortals like us, huh? Oh well, that's what you call a swing in an abyss. I believe in theater they call this hell, because it's where all the demons and darkness would rise up from onto the stage. I guess the magician shows they call it the abyss. Hey, there's a coffin back here too. It looks like there's a stuffed dragon inside. No wait, look, it's just an illusion. See, the dragon looks like it's inside. But it's really just painted on the front lid. Oh, that's clever. That's super clever. Oh wow, you're right. That's really something else. If the show had been cancelled, we might have gotten to see this trick too, huh? That's really cool. I like magic. It's a guillotine. But it's not real. It's just another one of Twisted spots. I wonder if it was supposed to appear in the show. Huh? You mean she didn't mention it to you? She said you were going to make a guest appearance on stage for a guillotine trick. Wait, what? No, I definitely remember not agreeing to something like losing my head on national TV. What is this thing? It's a winch. I'm guessing they used it to pull Mr. Hat up. Oh look, there are two winches. One back there and one up here. Apparently, each winch was rigged up to something different. One of them was used to hold up the dragon set piece, while the other was connected to that weird puppet up in the catwalk. A weird puppet, huh? We better go check the catwalk later. A dustpan, a broom, and a bucket. Guess these are used to keep the stage tidy. I doubt that's what the bucket is for, though. See how it says fire on it? Oh, I guess it's a fire bucket then. Yes, I heard the theater owner went out and bought that just for the show. When he heard there was going to be a fire trick, he flew to the store to get it. But can a little bucket like this really put out a raging fire? I'm guessing the owner thought it could. But it doesn't look like it's being used. In fact, the inside is caked with dust. What was the point of even buying the bucket then? Wait a minute. That means nobody actually prepared for the fire trick after all. I have a feeling this might be a bit of important information. Fire bucket added. Bucket to be used in case fire. Not only was it empty, but dust lines the inside of the pail. Almost like they knew there wasn't gonna be another trick. Right? It looks like this ladder leads to the catwalk overhead. Do I really have to go up there? Why don't you go up and check it out, Athena? I'm sure you'll be fine up there. Huh? Where in the world did you get that idea? Wait a minute! Are you saying that I'm an airhead? How rude can you get?
That's not what I'm saying at all. Now, up you go. I'll just wait down here.
Okay, now I'm starting to get the picture. You're afraid of heights, aren't you, Apollo? Huh? Come on now. This is for Tusi. She needs us, so go up the catwalk that we go.
Well, I guess it's time to put on my big boy pants. I'm afraid of heights. Afraid of cockroaches, too. I hate cockroaches. Hey, there's Mr. Hat. And a bunch of things up here. All the dots.
Are you alright, Apollo? You're wet as a sheet.
I'm fine. Don't look down, Justice. Don't look down. Don't look down. Don't look down.
Those green things over there look like cushions. I guess one of them was used to absorb the force of impact when Mr. Hot sipped into it. Let's go check it out.
Way over there? Oh god, oh god, oh god.
These set pieces look like a rabbit and a moon. Although they kind of look like they could be a duck and a croissant too. What do they look like to you, Apollo?
The Grim Reaper and a guy falling to his death. Very morbid, Apollo.
Come on, let's wrap up this investigation before your imagination catches up with you.
Yeah, that's a pretty good idea. Wow, that's a big pulley.
Looks like it's connected to one of the winches down below. The dragon set piece was hanging up from this. Hey look, there are cushions attached to the underside. Well, what are you standing way over there for? Come on over and look.
You're not gonna try to piss me off, are you?
Seriously, Apollo, come on, you'll be fine. Here, do you want me to hold your hand?
Yes, actually, if you wouldn't mind.
Looks like you're right. And Trucy mentioned something about this, didn't she? That cushion was supposed to absorb the force of impact when Mr. Hat was pulled up. It looks like Miss Hat is rigged to the smaller pulley. Let's see. How did it go? After being blown a kiss, Mr. Hat goes wild, and just as he's about to stab the coffin, he gets pulled up to the catwalk. And the smoke screen was to hide his descent from the audience's view. What's that?
I mean, what's that? It's Mr. Hat.
Look, Apollo. Look, Apollo. It's Mr. Hat. He's attached to a wire. Actually, didn't Trucy say something like... They quickly raised Miss Hat up by a wire. Into a cushion on the catwalk. Maybe the stagehands pulled Mr. Hat up and let him there afterwards. The wire attached to his back. It looks like it's connected to one of the winches down below. Huh? Mr. Hat's kit is ripped. Did that happen during the show? That's odd. It almost looks like it was slashed with a blade. Huh. How in the world did that happen? When it was coming out, the blade was going down? Apollo, I see that you're trying to take this on its stride, and I respect that. But seriously, you're trembling like a newborn fawn up here.
Get it together, man. I can't help it.
Well, I think that about does it for the catwalk. Do you think we missed anything?
Nope. No, then there's a thing. Well done here. Yes, sirree.
I take it you're ready to go down.
Yeah, I think we better. I feel a fading spell coming on.
Oh, brother. You don't need me to hold your hand again, do you?
That would be me. I am petrified of heights.
All done?
Pretty much. There's just one thing. The door to Understage Passage was locked. Any way we can get down there?
That place, they locked it up as soon as we finished our investigation down there. If you want to check it out, you'll have to ask a magician.
Okay, so that's probably what we're going to do in the next episode. Let me stop here. That way I remember, you know, what we need to do next time. I love you all so very much. I hope you have a wonderful, fantastic, amazingly awesome day. And until next time, on our continuing blind episode, blind let's play of Ace Attorney, Spirit of Justice. So long, and take care. Thank you for watching this video. Feel free to comment on what you saw and what you'd like to see next. I always love to hear your thoughts. But before we go, please remember that you matter, and you are brilliant, and you are loved, and you should always be true to yourself. Never let the world tell you any different. Much love to you from your friendly, feathered, flightless bird.